Hey Coco and Cherry, this is Christina. I spoke with Coco yesterday about social media management, website build, just all the digital marketing, and I told her I wanted to get over this video, just kind of explaining a little bit about what I do, and I'm going to give you kind of a few tips that you could actually go out and use yourself. I've had people do that, but I know that you said you were pretty restricted on time. It just makes it a lot easier for me to send this video out and educate you a little bit on what I do, and then that way, if you have any questions or if it's something that you want to delve into one part more than another, that you kind of understand. So I just kind of wanted to show you what your competitors are doing and then show you how we can beat your competitors out to get to the top. And the first thing that we're going to talk about is content. So the average website needs 1,000 to 1,500 words in order to be optimized with Google. Right now I know that you guys said that your website's not up, and it's probably hurting you even if people are coming to your Facebook just by having a link on here and it going to nothing. It'd probably be better just to take that down until you get something fixed, because a lot of times people will think, well, maybe these guys aren't in business anymore, especially since your last post is from 2019, and then of course your website doesn't work, so they're probably not going to try to contact you if they think that you're not in business anymore. So that would be my first suggestion, is going ahead and taking that stuff off for now until we get something else figured out. But when you look at your competitors, what I did was I searched the keyword music managers in Atlanta. I know you do a little bit more than that, but I just wanted to find one keyword to go over in this video. We don't want this video to be hours long, so I don't want to find every keyword, right? But if you look at just music managers in Atlanta, something local, not even national, you're getting 210 searches a month for this keyword. So those are 210 potential customers a month you're missing out on by not being on the first page of Google. And so with content, I went down and looked. We're going to go over the map pack here in a second, but Yellow Pages is at the top, LinkedIn, Thumbtack, these are all citations, directories. And the first actual website that's ranked is agentertainmentmanagement.com, so I pulled them up. And then this is obviously not a website for a manager, this is like for hire. And then you've got magicmusicmanagement.com is the number 2. So just to give you an idea, I showed what theirs look like, just to compare the two. First, we're actually going to do the AG Entertainment Management. And if you look, remember I said that they need about 1,000 to 1,500 words in order to be optimized. And currently, they only have about 300 words on their homepage. So just by getting 1,000 words on your homepage and getting some content in there with some of these keywords built in, music managers in Atlanta, get your website up and get some content on the front page, because that's where most of your backlinks are going to come to. That alone might be enough to overtake them with a little bit of time. But just based on that, I'm pretty sure that we'd be able to get your website ahead of these guys just for this one keyword in less than 3 months. But the second thing I want to show you, just so that you can have a comparison, is Magic Music Management. No content. They have like less than 50 words on their homepage. Now these pictures count as content and you can save them as keywords, but really when Google's crawling these sites, they want to see what your company's about. They don't want to just look at this page and wonder, well, what is it that they do? Then they don't want to go to back pages, because sometimes people won't go to a back page to find that out. Once they see there's nothing on the homepage, they'll move on, because they were very instant gratification oriented in today's day and age. And then if you look at the next part with the backlinks, I'm going to skip ahead of backlinks before citations. So what a backlink is basically, we call it link juice, and it simply works like site A points to site B. Site A is the link juice, which gives site B more authority. In Google's eyes, it's like a popularity contest. So the more sites that you have pointing to you, the more popular you are, the higher you're going to be on a Google search. However, there's a little more to it than that. The content part is the most important part, and these two websites are a great example of what I'm going to show you. So you can have more sites coming in, but the link juice is more effective if you have relative sites linking back to you. For example, a blog post about music management, whatever that blog post could be about, that's going to bring a lot more power to your website than a blog post about pizza, because you don't sling pizzas for a living. So when you're going out and getting your links, you want to make sure that they're specific to the entertainment management. And I know that you don't just do music management, but that's just what I'm talking about for this video. So if we look here, there's this site called Ahrefs, ahrefs.com. Costs about $100 a month, but it gives a really good breakdown of what websites are doing. So I pulled up AG Entertainment, which remember is in that #1 spot for an actual company. And they only have 3 referring domains with 6 backlinks. I could beat these guys in a month. Actually, it would probably take like 2 weeks, but it takes some time for Google to crawl the page and see that we have more stuff than them. But they have 152 different keywords that they're ranking for, so that's how they're getting this traffic in, and that's how they're getting customers to their page, right? Whereas Magic Music Management was in the number 2 spot, right? And they have more backlinks. They have 10 referring domains with 18 backlinks. So then you ask, well, why aren't they in the number 1 spot? It's because of that content. So you have to follow these step by step. The content has to be good, and then have the backlinks coming back. And it also probably, they have some domains in here that have nothing to do with, they have some websites in here that have nothing to do with music management. So it's not bringing them any solid power. So AG Entertainment is getting more power from their 3 little domains and 6 backlinks than Magic Music Management is getting with their 18 backlinks. So the great thing about this site is that you can go in and, just like you saw me do, I can click on them, see where they're getting their backlinks, and if they're at the top, I can copy and say, okay, like those websites are working for them, so I can go out and get those same websites if they're in the number 1 spot. Or like I said, since these guys are so low in the amount of backlinks that they have, I would just go out and find my own that have to do with music management. It would take me less than a month, and I'd already be beating them in the amount that they have. And then if we put the content up, there's no reason your site wouldn't be in the number 1 spot between 1 and 3 months. The last thing that I want to talk about is the map pack. So the next visible section here is called the Google Map Pack. And what you'll want to do is get a Google My Business. It's totally free. And this is something that I set up as well. If that's something you're looking for, you just don't have the time. But you can set up a Google My Business, and that's where you list your business name, phone number, and address. Now, you don't have to have the address on here. You'll see that they don't. They don't even have their phone number on here. But what it does is it hooks up from Google to other websites, and they say, okay, it's kind of like another backlink where it says, when Google searches music managers in Atlanta, it's going to point to these guys. And the way that does that is with citations. And in order to get up to the top of the map pack, and you'll see Magic Music Management's number 1 up here, that's because AG Entertainment doesn't have a Google My Business, so they can't possibly be up here. But people like to pick services based on what their Google Map Pack shows. 1, it's at the top, and we're instant gratification. 2, the reviews that are on here, people can see how good of a company you are based off of other people's words, because anybody could say anything. You could say, I'm the best artist management team that Atlanta, Georgia has to find, but when other people say it, there's a lot more stock to that. So I would definitely say get it to Google My Business, and then what a citation is when you submit that information, your business name, address, and phone number, into directories like Yellow Pages, Yelp, Thumbtack, LinkedIn, you'd want one for. Those are all directories that are going to show that information. So this other tool I'm going to show you that I'll be using is called whitespark.ca. Costs about $30 a month, but it shows how many citations you have. And so I plugged in Magic Music Management because they're the ones that we want to beat, right? Because they don't have, let's see, because they're in the number 1 spot. So they have 20 citations currently. And what we want to do is we want to beat them. So we want to list your information into 40 citations, 50, 100, and blow them out of the water so we can stay at that map pack. Not only for this keyword, but every keyword that could have to do with what you do and what services you offer. And then just imagine if you had 10 keywords that had 100 to 200 volume a month, you're getting over 1,000 to 2,000 to sometimes even 20,000 searches to your page. And that's what brings in the traffic, because if you've got 1,000 people coming to your page, chances are you're going to get at least 10 clients out of it. So, in conclusion, I'm sorry this video took a little longer. I took my time with it more instead of just like rattling off in 5 minutes what you could do, because it sounded like you were pretty interested. But in closing, we want to get your website up, obviously, and we want to get some content on there, some good content that has to do with what you do, but also that highlights some of those keywords. So make sure Music Managers in Atlanta is in your content so that it's easy for Google to find, oh, this is exactly what they want to show up for. Citations, going and getting listed in those different directories, and then link juice, getting those backlinks, so looking for blogs that have to do with music management or just entertainment in general, and then that way if somebody's searching, like they're an upcoming artist and they're looking for like maybe a blog post about, at what point should I get a manager or something like that, that it's going to come back to your page and not only bring in the traffic that when people read the blog, but also brings the power to your website to get you to the top of Google and then same idea, they'll come to your website when they do a search. I hope this helps, and I want to jump on another phone call with you to talk about some more information with this. And then it would be great if I could get both of you on the phone at the same time, but if not, I understand. I understand how hard it is to get schedules lined up. But my phone number is 816-323-4100. Again, my name's Christina. I'm with Casey Phoenix SEO. I'm partnering up with Brandon on this. And if you have any further questions before we reach out with the email, just give me a call. Thanks.